Okay, let's see. I'm just waiting to see if the Zoom is going to do its thing here. Looks like it's being super slow. Okay, so I'm going to go over and I'm going to check the Facebook, see if it's doing its thing. All right, looks like it is. Okay. So now my email. All righty. And we've got just a couple of more minutes before we're getting started here. So I'm just checking the tech, making sure everything's working properly. We are live streaming now to three different Facebook channels, and also our live YouTube as well. Finally got the tech working on all of that. I'm so excited about that. And so let me go ahead, and I've got to go back over to the Zoom, and yes, it's telling us that we are live streaming. Woo, we are ready to go. We got about one more minute before we're starting, so I'm going to go ahead and start letting people into the meeting. And there we go. We've got some people joining the meeting now. And if you're watching us live, please feel free to join. I'm going to go ahead and put the link into the chat for you. Give me just 1 second. And if you're joining live right now, please feel free to open up your mic and say hi before we get started here. We're just making sure that all the tech is working and everything's working properly. And I'm just going to upload the link. It'll give me just 1 second here. There we go. I got to grab the link and put the link into the chat. There we go. Got the Zoom open. There we go. And we got a couple of people joining already today. It's just now 4 o'clock, so we're gonna chat for just a couple of minutes before we get started, just to make sure that everybody can join on before we start our broadcast today. And hi, Jolene, and hi, Wendy. Oh, Wendy's coming out, and Wendy's coming back in. There we go. I'm putting the link into the chat so people can join. All righty, so I think I've got all the tech up and working here. And during our meeting today, please feel free to put your comments in the chat. I did learn how to monitor the chat while I was talking, and we'll see if I can make this happen without too much craziness here. And hopefully I can monitor what people are saying in the chat while I'm doing the presentation today. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to share my screen as people pop in. And let me go ahead and see which one am I doing. Okay, I think I need to do this one. And then, nope, I'm on the wrong page. Give me just 1 second. It's always fun trying to do the tech when you're live. So bear with me just a minute, because I have to make sure that I'm sharing properly here and I'm not sharing the right screen. So I need to make sure that I open up the right meeting, pull it up. There we go. That's the right one right there. And then I have to go back over to my Zoom. Bear with me. Now, there she got it. Okay. And now I'm going to do the slideshow. There we go. All right. So somebody tell me if I did this right. On your screen, it should be this really pretty pink and yellow and green picture, and it says crush being controlled by brain fog, fatigue, and pain, and up level to awesome mind power, rock star energy, and control over all your pain and all your crazy symptoms. And if y'all can see that, if you can just like give me some hearts or, open up your mic and say yes, or nod your head if you're on and I can see you, or you can put it in the chat. Yes, I can see this. And if I do this, it should now say it's my passionate mission to empower you to achieve your optimal health and live out your God-given genius for life. That's what I live for here, folks. This is what floats my boat. And so I'm going to go ahead and start the presentation. And somebody do please tell me if you can't see my screen changing though, or if there's anything wrong with the audio. Actually, I think I will move my microphone a little bit closer. I think that will probably make it easier for everyone to hear. Okay. So just let me know. I've got the chat open, or you can, feel free to open up your mic and just say, hey, Dory, if anything goes wrong while I'm giving this to you. Okay. All right. So I want to give you this big, huge, hairy, audacious promise, okay? Because it's important that you know what I'm telling you is the truth. I know, I'm very, very confident that I have your health answers for you because I'm using the latest science, and all of me and my hundreds and thousands of different doctors and scientists that I partner with, we're all doing the same thing. We're all watching people heal and get well at the root cause every single day. So we know that this is going to work for you too. And if for some reason you sit down and talk to us and we think that we can't help you, oh my gosh, we'll be sure to tell you, but we just haven't seen a case like that yet, okay? Pretty much everyone can be helped with this, all right? So I want you to have hope. And today, I'm going to teach you how to create that powerful memory and cognition. I am going to show you how you can go back to enjoying that rock star fantastic energy that you used to have even as you age. And I want to teach you something very, very special, brand new science, how you can actually turn on your anti-aging genes, crush your symptoms, and even start reversing your age. Oh my goodness. All right, stick around. I've got some awesome new science to teach you today. And if you'd stick around, I'm going to give you a free bonus, and it's called our transformation cheat sheet. So just watch until the end today. It's going to be about an hour or so. And then at the end, I'm going to give you this. Plus, I'm also going to give you an opportunity to grab my brand new book, which I am just so excited about this, guys. And that new book is coming out in May, but you can pre-order it now. And wow, you can get a really nice 40% savings on it right now that the publisher's offering. So, all right, here we go. Are you ready? Well, I want to make sure that you know who I am first while we're talking. So please call me Dory. Okay, I am a research immunotoxicologist, and that's just a big long Scrabble word that means someone who studies the effects of toxins on your immune system. And I actually specialized in autoimmune diseases. I have over 25 years of experience as a scientist. I did my PhD fellowship at the NIEHS and also at Duke University VA Center. And I am now, after going through my own healing process, I've now decided to become a licensed holistic health practitioner. And let me just get my words out today. I am a licensed holistic health practitioner. You say that 3 times fast, with the Professional Wellness Alliance. And I have literally helped thousands of people to learn how to heal. And again, we're partnered with thousands of other doctors and scientists who it's our mission to help you to transform your life and to change the face of our broken healthcare system. So I want to start off by telling you my crazy nightmare story, okay? Because I've suffered just like maybe you're suffering right now. I was, at the height of my career. I had been in my career for 13 years. I had written and published several different papers. I was completing my PhD because I was working while doing my master's and my PhD work. I mean, I was on a roll, folks. And, I was raising my family and, burning the candle at both ends. And of course, it's really hard to do that, right? And that is a lot of stress in a scientific career. And what happened is I started developing worsening and worsening symptoms. And it turned out that I was to develop 7 different very severe autoimmune diseases. Plus, I had fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. And I sadly had to leave my career. I had to go out on disability. It changed my entire life. It was the major life crisis. It was just as bad as getting a cancer diagnosis and being told you only have a few years left to live, because that's basically what the doctors and specialists told me. And I knew that that was the truth from, of course, I've studied all this at the top levels of everyone in the world, right? And so I know what we teach in school is that if you have an autoimmune disease, so sorry, lady, you're screwed, right? You are incurable. You can't get this back. Well, I found out that that was not correct, because I was to be diagnosed with scleroderma, arthritis, thyroiditis, which became Hashimoto's, IBD, which became Crohn's, polymyositis, Addison's, and lupus. Okay. Yet here I am sitting before you today, healthier than I've ever been in my entire life. And today I'm going to show you just how I did that. Okay. And I suffered with so many different symptoms, you guys. And, half the time I felt like a hypochondriac, because every day you just never knew what was going to hit you. And yeah, some days you had good days, but most of the days were bad. And there were plenty of times, especially as my diseases dragged on. I did suffer for a total of 15 years. And there were several days, many, many, many days. I shouldn't say several. I should say like most days, I was either stuck on the couch or in bed, right? Oh, and someone's saying you can barely hear me. Okay, try turning up your volume first. Okay, I've got mine all the way up. And I have got my microphone right up against me here, and my microphone is all the way turned up. So is that much better? Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. All right. So let me I gotta hide that there so I can see better. There we go. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Okay. So, and if you're suffering right now, too, that it's just a nightmare, right? It's just a whirlwind. You never know what you're going to deal with from day to day. And of course, all the different medications that I was on, literally a cocktail of anywhere between 12 and 20 different medications a day. It was really bad. But here's my granddaughter. This is a picture of her when she was just a year old. And I had a reason to live because my family had gone through a tragedy. My daughter could not take care of her baby. And so here she was, brand new baby in my lap. And here I was developing all these severe autoimmune diseases. It was really crazy, very, very difficult. Then my husband decided that it was too much for him as well. And he just decided to abandon our family. And that was something that I never expected either. So within a short amount of time, I went from developing severe disease, getting basically a death diagnosis. They told me I might have 10 years to live. And if I was lucky, I might have 20. But, one doctor said that very flippantly, so I didn't really believe it. I lost my career. I, basically almost lost my daughter. That was another crazy story. Had to take care of the responsibility of my granddaughter, which I never expected to have to do at that age, and then lost my husband, right? Went, of course, into financial ruin. It didn't take very long to go through all my savings, and then languished for nearly 15 years trying to raise this baby by myself. I just want to tell you that was hell. And I hope that no one ever has to go through that, but the Lord had a plan. Okay. So even though there was a lot of suffering, guys, the Lord had a plan. Okay. And I came around to finding my hope in the end, because you see that I'm healthy sitting before you today. And that hope was found in the latest science of precision root cause medicine. And it literally saved my life. And this is an evidence-based scientific approach. It's very precise. It's very personalized. And that's why it works so well. And so my life, this was when I started my healing process, it was over 6 years ago now, almost 7 years ago now. So my life has just completely transformed, and now I'm totally crushing it. I am essentially healed at this point. I don't have any more pain. I don't have any more brain fog or the anxiety or the depression, lack of motivation that comes with chronic illness. I've got so much energy. I'm running circles around my 30-year-old friends. I don't have any medications whatsoever anymore. All 20 of those pharmaceutical medications are gone. My ANA and my biomarkers are not only normal, folks, they are optimal now. And that's why I feel so awesome. My gut and my nutrition issues are all healed, and I naturally lost 100 pounds. Oh yeah, you can do this. I had fatty liver disease. That is completely reversed at this point. I don't have any more invisible infections, which that was one of my many root causes that had to be cleared before I could get healed. I don't suffer from insomnia anymore. I don't have any more toxicities. Well, let's back that up a little bit. I have a little bit of toxicities in my body. Everybody carries some. But at the time I was sick, I was completely overloaded with a multitude of different toxins. And yes, I had to do the work to pull those toxins out of my body so that I could heal and get my body back to a point of low inflammation again. And I just gave you a hint. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute, and it has to do with chronic inflammation. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. There is so much that healed in my body. And now essentially I am a healthier, even younger version of where I was when I was sick. And I'm going to explain how we do that. I know that sounds a little wild and a little like, science fiction, but it's not. You actually can do this with the science that we have today. And that's what I've done. And that's why I feel so awesome. And my rheumatologist even said to me one day, she said, Dory, she said, if I didn't have a file on you 3 inches thick, And if I hadn't have watched you do this, I would have never believed that this could be possible. And she actually decided that she wanted to look into studying functional medicine after seeing what I had done, because I am literally considered by her to be 95% healed. And this is a conventional rheumatologist. And so, of course, what did I do? I decided I had to become a holistic practitioner so that I can help you as well. And God has literally started this business when I wasn't even ready yet. And he has grown it to a 6-figure health and wellness company now. And of course, our clients are getting amazing results because it's just good science. It's not rocket science. It's just teaching people how to use the latest science to reverse their chronic inflammation and heal their bodies and be healthier than they ever have before. And of course, now I'm partnered with Dr. Isaac Jones. He's the same mentor who, he's one of the top functional medicine doctors in the world. He is, if you know who Dr. Josh Axe or Dr. Pompa or any of these really huge functional medicine names out there, he's their mentor too. So he's my mentor as well. And we're partnered with thousands of other doctors and scientists who, like me, it's our just huge mission. We don't have any reason to live in this world now except to let people know that this is possible. You do not have to stay in our broken conventional sick care system that's pharma funded and insurance corrupted. Wow, that was a mouthful, and very true as well. That system fails us. That system has failed you. And I know that you've been to doctor after doctor and specialist after specialist, and you're still sick. Okay. That's not the way it's supposed to work, you guys. Okay. You're supposed to find your root causes. You're supposed to work on them, and then you're supposed to get better. Okay. So long as you do the work, you are going to get better when you do root cause science. And this is me with my granddaughter last year. Yeah, she's all grown up now. We've been through a lot of trauma and a lot of craziness together, but our story ends fantastically because now she's got her grandma, and she never knew me except other than that sick grandma, that sick, very overweight, cranky grandma who couldn't really take care of her very well. And yet now she has this vibrant, running around, crazy fun, laughing all the time grandma. And that is so much better. So I want you to just imagine what this can do for you. I want you to have hope. I want you to know that this is real, that, Dr. Oz talks about it, and Oprah's talking about it, and everybody's talking about it, you guys. Okay. All the internet gurus are talking about it. This is real science, and you really can reverse your health. Okay. So I want you to imagine what it would be like if you came to work with us and we took your worst symptom and say, okay, we worked on it and we only got it about 50% better. Even if we could only do that, what would that mean for your life? And, I know what you're going to say, because I've lived in your shoes, and I know that, wow, you would take it, right? 50% better? Dang, there isn't a drug that can do that for you. Okay. But root cause science can, but we can even do better than that. The average that people get in a program like ours is 80% better. That's just the average, okay? And that's people that are, okay, they're doing a good job, but they're making their mistakes and whatever. Those really diligent people who are just like, yeah, I'm gung-ho, man, I'm doing it. They're like me, they're getting like 90, 95%, 100% reversal of symptoms, okay? You guys can absolutely do this. Absolutely, you can do this. And I know, when I was first presented, when the Lord first showed me functional medicine, I had a lot of stinking thinking, right? And most of it went like this. Well, according to all the science, I'm supposed to be incurable. Well, I'm way too sick. I've been too sick for way too long. I've already tried everything. I already have 5 different specialists for this organ and that organ and that organ. Okay. They can't help me. So, why would this help me? Um, I was told that I was going to be stuck on my medications for life, that I could never get off of them. That wasn't true. Um, the, a lot of people out there on the internet, and I hear this all the time, you guys, all the time. Well, but I did try the AIP diet. I did try the FODMAP diet. I have really changed and I have really stopped drinking soda and I am trying to be healthier, but I'm still sick. And so therefore people automatically think, well, then this doesn't work. Well, whoa, there is so much more to root cause science than just changing your diet, you guys. Way more. Okay. And yes, changing your diet is an important, critical, foundational step that everybody must do if you want to get healthy, but it's just your foundation. That's all it is. And so where some people can get really amazing results just by changing their diet, most people still have a lot of work to do. Okay. And a lot of people think, oh, well, it's going to be too much money or it's going to be too much time or, right? Look, there is nothing more important than your health, right? And, root cause science has become a lot more affordable, right? And there's all these financial programs to help you pay for it. And it's just, it's a good thing, you guys. I mean, literally people spend more money on vacations and cars and, shopping trips to the mall than they do on their health, right? So we need to just switch your priorities and decide that, okay, well, I need to put my money into my most important thing in the world, which is me, right? Which is me and my health and feeling vibrant and being able to kill it and crush it every day. That is way more important than whatever outfit you want to get at the mall. And if you can afford that, you can afford some good functional testing and you can help yourself to get better, right? The last stinking thinking thing that rolled around in my head for a really long time, you guys, is that, I had been sick for so long and I was really sick. Okay. And I just thought, well, I'm just going to fail. I mean, my favorite thing to do was eat lots of bread and pasta and, really super high carbs. I made brownies all the time. I ate big old huge bags of M&Ms and ice cream. And oh my gosh, I mean, I was the worst junk food junkie. And I thought there is no way that if this has anything to do with me actually changing the way I eat, then I'm just going to fail, right? I thought I was just going to have all that extra weight on forever and I was just going to fail. But you know what? That wasn't the truth. That wasn't the way reality turned out, even though I thought that way, right? Even though I really believed those stinking thoughts. The truth is that I had a really powerful reason to get well. And I was going to put one step in front of the other. And I was just going to, yes, I fell on my face many times and I made mistakes, but I got right back up and I kept working at it. And I finally achieved my results. And you can too. There are 4 traits of people who will succeed in life. And this is, it's not just for health things, right? It's for anything in life. If you're a person who can be taught something new, so you're coachable, if you're a person who's willing to take action and not just sit around and think about it for 3 years, but actually get up and say, okay, this makes sense. I'm going to do it, right? If you are focused on your progress day after day rather than on your perfection, okay, because nobody's perfect, not at anything, okay? And if you're committed, if you have a really good reason for wanting to get your health back, if you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you've got kids, if you've got grandkids, if you're afraid of Alzheimer's, whatever that reason is, right? You got to hold on to that reason because that's your why. And so long as you hold on to that reason, and be committed and never quit, you can't help but get better. And I'm going to show you why that is in just a minute. But first, I want to tell you about Dorothy. Dorothy is a doctor, and she also suffers from severe scleroderma, but not as much as she used to, because we helped her to find her root causes. And yes, they were some pretty severe root causes. And so she's working on those. And she says at this date, she feels about 70% better. She's still got some work to do. But can you imagine having severe scleroderma, a deadly autoimmune disease, and feeling 70% better walking through your life? Okay, this is where Dorothy's at now, and she's still getting better. And so she says, working with Dory in her program completely changed my life, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I just love that, because this floats my boat all over the place, right? Getting people welcomed into our family here and watching them go through their process of healing, I am telling you, it is the most rewarding thing I have ever done in my life, even better than raising kids. This is a whole lot easier than raising kids. So I want to tell you now the meat of why you're here. You want to know why you have all your symptoms, your brain fog and your anxiety and pain and upsetting symptoms and just all this craziness, right? And the exhaustion. You want to know why that's happening in your body. And I'm going to tell you that now. And you also want to know how you can actually change, how you can really make your body start seeing real results. And so that you can take back your power and take back your life. And so that's what we're going to go over right now. First of all, okay, I gave you a hint a little while ago. I said, yeah, there is one main reason why you are sick, why you have any symptom. Pretty much all symptoms that have ever been studied scientifically, they all have this one thing in common, this one thing that blocks you being able to have your health and your optimal performance. And over 600,000 research studies have proven this. It's, it's not just a hypothesis, okay? We've known this for many, many years now. There's one main reason, and it's chronic inflammation, okay? Chronic inflammation is underlying not just you aging or aging faster, but all chronic illness, okay? Things like diabetes and heart disease, even Alzheimer's and cancer, right? These are all caused from chronic inflammation, autoimmune disease, thyroid disease, diabetes. I think I said diabetes. Everything, guys, okay? It doesn't matter what the name of your diagnosis is. It doesn't matter the different conglomeration of your symptoms. It's all got its root in chronic inflammation, okay? And everybody knows this. Everybody's talking about it, okay? Everybody at Harvard, everybody on the internet, Dr. Oz, okay? Thousands of books have been written about this, okay? We know that this is true, okay? But what you want to be saying now to yourself is, well, okay, if it's true, and it is, that my body has got chronic inflammation and that's why I have my symptoms, then why do I have my chronic inflammation? What's causing that, right? And that's what we call your root causes. So, people talk about root causes everywhere, okay? This is what they are, okay? And this is what you need to hear me say today, because a lot of people talk about root causes, but then it gets fuzzy from there. And it gets confusing from there. And I don't want you to be confused anymore. I want you to know exactly what the top 3 main root causes are that science has already discovered, okay? This is a reality. It's not a hypothesis, okay? We know that the number one reason why you have chronic inflammation is because your body has got toxicities in it, toxicities of all different kinds. We're going to talk about those in just a moment. Okay, I'm going to get real specific with you on that. So there'll be no more confusion about this. The second main reason why you have chronic inflammation is because your cells don't have everything that they need to do their job. Okay, we call those cellular deficiencies. You just don't have what you need. Okay, and we need to fix that if you're going to expect your body to do its work, right? And then the last thing that we know is a major root cause of your chronic inflammation, and that's your stress and your traumas and how you deal with those. Okay, everybody's got stress and trauma. Not everybody deals with them the same for multiple different reasons. Okay, so now I want to go a little bit deeper with you, and I want to show you the main toxins, cellular deficiencies and problems with stress that we see. Okay, so toxins, I told you this is the biggest issue. Okay, and there's so many different kinds of toxins that we can find for you. That's what makes it so easy. Okay, we know what they are. It's just a matter of doing the testing and finding it. Okay, so these are things like cavities in your mouth, being exposed to mold and other fungus, different protozoa and parasites, as well as virus or latent virus, chronic virus, bacteria, different gut problems with, good guys versus bad guys in the gut microbiome. Okay, it goes on and on and on, but we know what most of them are. They're really easy to test for and find. Okay, and then it just takes the work to fix them. Also, we've got to look at the environmental toxicants and toxins that people are exposed to. So these are things like all the different chemicals that are out there that we're exposed to, and the heavy metals especially, but also things like plastic and glyphosate, phthalates in your makeup and personal care products. Okay, people are overloaded with this stuff. It's any wonder we're still walking around alive, but God created these amazing healing machines. And as long as you move these toxins out of your body, that's where we just see amazing results in people. And that's why people talk about detoxification all the time. And it's not a fad. Your body has to detox every day, all day long, 24/7, or you would be dead right now. Okay, and so doing detoxification correctly and actually moving out major toxins out of your body, there's no way you can't get better when you do that, so long as you do it right. Okay, yeah, detoxification done wrong can make people sick. Okay, but doing it right is the right thing to do. Okay, now the other big category of your root causes is your cellular deficiencies. So if your body, take it to play devil's advocate, say all of a sudden your body couldn't get any oxygen, you'd be dead pretty quick, right? Okay, now imagine if your body is just getting slightly less than enough oxygen every single day, just a little less every single day. That adds up. Yeah, you're still alive, but your cells are not able to do everything that they need to do when you have less oxygen. Most people, you can see on tests that they're walking around with less oxygen than what their cells need, primarily because they're not sleeping well at night. They're not breathing well during the day. They breathe very shallowly because of all the stress that they're under, or they're hunched over at a desk all the time, right? And they're not exercising. They're not, pumping up. Okay. And so not having enough oxygen is a huge part, but you can fix that. That's not something that is, it's just a lifestyle practice. That's all, right? And your nervous system, right? When your nerves are impeded from getting things to and fro like they're supposed to get, then of course there's going to be pain. Of course there's going to be problems. Of course there's going to be numbness and tingling and problems, right? And lack of function. But the biggest section here comes with your nutrition. Because if you don't have everything that your cells need that comes in on the vegetables and the fruits and the good healthy meats and the nuts and seeds and all the good whole foods that God put on this earth for you to eat, if you don't have those in your diet, and your diet mainly consists, some awesome sweet lady told me today that she used to love to take Cheetos and put a ton of hot sauce on them and lemon juice, right? Okay, if you do that regularly, okay, you're not only giving yourself a lot of toxins coming in on that food, okay, a lot of toxins coming in on your food, but you're also not getting any nutrition from that at all. And so your cells are like, help me. Like, you're eating, but I'm not getting anything here. Like, you might be, getting some dopamine hits because you really like the way those Cheetos taste and make a mess all over your fingers. But, but oh my gosh, you're just loading your cells with toxins and not giving anything that they need, right? And so helping your body to have everything that it needs at the cellular and the biochemical level and at the genetic level is extremely important for you to be able to be healthy. So is it any wonder if you're overloaded with toxins and your cells don't have everything that they need, is it any wonder that you don't feel good, right? This is not rocket science, you guys. This is just good science, right? We really can't expect to have excellent hormones, excellent brain health, tons of energy, pooping 3 times a day, having great sex all the time, and perfect orgasms, right? You cannot expect your body to work perfectly like that if you don't give it everything it needs, and if your body is overloaded with things that are literally killing it, right? And I think that's a real logical statement that everybody gets, okay? But let's not forget about the stress part of this, okay? Because the stress is really a major source of inflammation. It's not the only source. So don't ever let a doctor tell you, oh, it's just stress, okay? That is just not scientifically factual. That is not a true statement. Yes, your stress is playing a role, but of course you're stressed. You're sick. So it's a big catch-22, right? So don't let a doctor gaslight you like that. There are real reasons, but just conventional doctors are not trained in knowing how to find all these root causes. Now, things are getting better. Okay, they're getting better. But I remember my own doctor when I started learning about this, and I went to him and I asked him about it. And I brought all these scientific papers to him and I said, look at this and look at this and look at this. And we need to test for this and we need to do this. And he literally rolled his eyes at me. And I promptly walked out and fired him, because by this time I was learning all this new science and going, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff that I wasn't taught at the PhD level, right? Okay. So don't blame your doctor. It's really not his fault. He wasn't trained properly. Okay. It's a corrupted system. And that's unfortunately a fact. So anyway, going back to the stress, we've got to learn how to be in a community with other people who are loving you. And you've got to love you enough to work on your health. And then you've got to join a community of people who are doing it too, because guess what? We're all rebels. We're swimming against the tide, right? We're not driving through McDonald's all the time and feeding our kids that crap, okay? We're doing things differently because we have to, because now we're sick. And we don't want our kids and our grandkids to be sick too. So we have to live a different life. And it's not extreme. It's actually the way that your body was created to live in the first place. It's just that our society has kind of taken us down this road where we think that it's normal to go to Applebee's and eat that junk, right? No matter how much you love it, okay? It's not normal. It's not real food. It's crap, and it's killing you, okay? There, I said it. I say it all the time. That's nothing new. So, okay, let's look at now. I want to go just a little bit deeper with you.
And let's look at this new model of disease that has come out from all the scientific studies. Okay. We know that, again, what I just taught you, it's the toxins, those cellular deficiencies, and your stress and trauma that are creating all of your chronic inflammation. Okay. But then what happens from there? How is all this disease being created? Well, once you have this chronic inflammation, that starts to change the way your genes actually express. And it's not just your genes, it's the genes in those trillions of different microbiome cells throughout your body as well. Okay. So this should just like completely blow your mind. And I'm gonna tell you more about this in a minute too. Okay. So hang tight. I know I'm giving you a lot of information today, but you're going to take this information and you're going to change your life with it. Okay. So you got the inflammation is causing genetic changes in both your cells and your microbiome cells. It's causing mitochondrial dysfunction directly. And your mitochondria are where you get all your energy. So it's no wonder you're so tired all the time. And this chronic inflammation is also causing problems at your gut level and your brain level. We now know that yeah, if you've got any symptoms at all, then yes, you definitely have leaky gut and you have leaky brain. And it's all these changes that lead to your symptoms, that lead to the tissue damage, and lead to your disease. And finally, if you don't get up off the pot and do something about this information that I'm teaching you, it will end in an early death, and not a very nice one, right? So we can do something about this. And I know that I've given you a lot of information. I love this picture. And I've blown your mind, but I still want to go deeper if you'll let me. Okay. First of all, I want to teach you, I want to debunk that your genes are your destiny, because they're not. Okay. Your genes are not your destiny. Just because mama had it doesn't mean that you have to have it. Okay. Literally, your genes are controlling about maybe 5 or 10% of your illness by themselves. The rest of it, the 90 to 95% of the way your genes express, are totally under your control, because it has to do with your lifestyle. Okay. It has to do with your personal choices. Okay. And you do have a choice. And what this means is that the higher you allow your chronic inflammation to go, the more your genes and your microbiome's genes are going to cause tissue damage and disease. That's the simplistic way of looking at it. It gets a little more difficult than that, but that's really the bottom line. Okay. So we got to stop that chronic inflammation. I keep saying that like 1,000 times. In order to heal, you have to stop your chronic inflammation. But let's go and let's look at exactly what your microbiome is. And I know a lot of people who are interested in health, this is basic information to you, but just in case there's somebody who doesn't know, your microbiome is trillions of different bacteria and good virus and all different kinds of little bugs and protozoa and all different neat little things that live inside your body, and they actually create your health. And most of them live in your gut, but literally you've got them all throughout your body. Okay. And your epigenetic expression, it's just another, couple of big Scrabble words there, right? All that really means is the way your genes express from moment to moment. So like every 30 seconds, your genes can go back and forth between creating proteins that create health for you and actually reverse your cellular age, or they can create proteins that are going to actually cause tissue damage and make you sicker and sicker and sicker. So which one would you like to choose? And we can control that with the foods that we eat, with the toxins that we're exposed to and that we allow in our life, with our lifestyle practices, things like sleep and exercise and play and healthy relationships. And, I bet you didn't know this. Your own thoughts and your own emotions control the way your genes express. So if you learn how to have, a very healthy, just community of people who love you and you love them, and things are good and you're caring about each other, and you're not harboring on negative feelings or negative emotions or remembering past traumas, then you will express proteins that create health. But the opposite is also true. And you can go back and forth between the two. Okay. But you don't want to do that. You want to learn how to have a more positive, healthy epigenetic expression. And I know that totally blows your mind, but I want to blow your mind some more. Are you ready? I want to teach you about your mitochondria. So your mitochondria are these teensy, tiny little things, and they live within all of your cells. And they are so tiny that literally you might have thousands of these in one of your cells. Okay. And I apologize, but I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's Passion Week, and so my family, people are home from school and people are out there in the living room, and they're making a lot of noise. I feel like yelling at them because they know that I'm on a live right now. They need to keep it down, but we might have to just deal with that for a few more minutes here. So your mitochondria, they're very, very important for energy. Okay. And you probably learned that back in high school biology, but there's way more that we've discovered about your mitochondria that's very, very important. Okay. Very, very important. They play a major role in your health or in your disease. Okay. And if you have low energy and exhaustion, chronic fatigue, it's because you have mitochondrial dysfunction on some level. Your mitochondria have everything to do with your metabolism, with the way you gain or lose weight, with the ability of you to be able to keep weight on even, and insulin resistance. They have a lot to do with whether you will develop cancer or not. They have everything to do with your rate of aging and whether you age faster or slower. And that has a lot to do with this thing called autophagy, another big Scrabble word. All it really means is the rate at which your cells turn over. And I want to teach you more about autophagy because this is huge, guys. Okay. If you want to learn how to live a long and happy and healthy life, and actually start aging backwards and reversing your current symptoms and disease, you need to listen up right now. So don't let your eyes glaze over right now because this is new science that you need to hear. Okay. Autophagy. All it means is self-eating or self-renewal. It's how your bodies turn over their cells, their old cells. We call them senescent cells. We also call them zombie cells because these old cells, they sit around and what do? They create a lot of extra inflammation. So your body doesn't want them. Your body wants to kill them off and replace them with hopefully newer, healthier cells, right? And so it wants to recycle your cells, and you're doing this at the rate of, hundreds of thousands and millions of cells every single day. Okay. But the problem is that right now, with you not feeling good, when you're replacing your cells every day, you still have all these toxins in your body. You still have cellular deficiencies. Your cells don't have everything that they need. And so, what's the chance that when you create your new cells, you're creating brand new, beautiful, great cells? That's not a very good chance, right? Because you're creating cells that are still loaded with toxins, that are still sick, that are still, right? They might be new, but boy, they're still not functioning the way they should,
Oh.
right? And this is why you're sick. And this is why you continue to get worse. And this is why you age faster. This is why tissue damage continues to get worse and worse and worse, because you're still under the umbrella of your toxicities, and your cells don't have what they need, and you're stressed out. Okay. So we've got to go back and we've got to fix that. Okay. And when we do, these are the benefits that you're going to achieve. You will actually start aging backward and lengthen your lifespan. And we've proven this scientifically, and we have the tests to prove it to you. We can actually lengthen your telomeres. And that's, what we've noticed, those little things at the end of your chromosomes where your genes reside. And they're the longest when you're a brand new baby. And they get shorter and shorter and shorter as you age. And we can actually lengthen them again by helping your body to do autophagy in a better way. That is huge, guys. It's like science fiction coming to reality. Okay. So what else are you going to get? What benefits are you going to get when you learn how to do autophagy better? You're going to get a lot more energy because your mitochondria are going to be so much happier now. You're going to remove a lot of that chronic inflammation. Okay. And this is going to allow your organs to heal themselves. Okay. It is a beautiful thing, you guys. You can balance your immune regulation, right? And so instead of you getting sick or being susceptible to things like COVID or long COVID or any of these, chronic things that are the basis of autoimmune disease today, you won't have to worry about that anymore when you get your autophagy up and ramped up the way it's supposed to be. It's going to reduce the effect of aging. So I have people who came up to me after not seeing me for 10 years when they knew me when I was sick, and they came back and, whatever, I saw them at the grocery store, or, I saw them at church or whatever. And literally they looked at me and said, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" Right? Because I literally did age backward. My skin got better, my hair got better, my eyes got brighter, everything. Right? I have so much more energy. I mean, my mood is better. I mean, everything is better. Right? I literally am a younger, happier, healthier person than I was when I was sick. And this is also going to eliminate viral cells in your body, which is, everybody knows our viral load needs to stay low right now, right? It's going to prevent cancer. It's going to increase your muscle performance so you can exercise better and have more endurance. It's also going to prevent those really bad diseases like Parkinson's, arthritis, dementia, Alzheimer's, okay? And the saddest thing that we know about Alzheimer's now, this is a really sad statistic I'm going to give you, and I want you to take it home. I want you to ruminate on it a little bit, okay? We know that 95% of Alzheimer's disease is absolutely preventable, okay? We know why people get it. We know it has to do with your mitochondria and your autophagy. We know it has to do with you eating, a really bad diet, being exposed to a lot of toxins, and having, way too high of carbs that your body can't handle, and a lot of insulin resistance. That's why people have Alzheimer's. We know that it's 95% preventable. And we also know that 1 out of every 3 people now will develop some sort of dementia or Alzheimer's if they live long enough, if they don't get hit by a truck first. Okay. I want you to think about that. There is no reason for you to continue walking in a state of chronic inflammation toward Alzheimer's disease. You don't have to go there. All right. And if that's the only reason that makes you stop and go, "Oh crap, I need to do something about this," then please do it. I know it was a major fear for me, because when I was sick, I had brain fog so bad that there were times I could not form words. I couldn't say things I wanted to say. one time I stood in the kitchen and I couldn't remember my dog's name. And that freaked me out. I'm just standing there looking at the dog, and I literally could not remember the dog's name. And this is my dog, you know? And so, I turned it all around, and you can too. Okay. Okay. Now, this is really cool. If you don't know what the blue zones are, these are places all over the world where people literally don't have disease. And they live to ripe old ages. I mean, really old ages, like 100, 110, 115, 120, right? And they don't have autoimmune diseases. They don't have heart disease. They don't have diabetes. They aren't overweight. They aren't underweight. They're just healthy, right? And scientists have discovered these blue zones now. And they've learned that there are two main things that all of these different people around the world have in common. And it's two things. It's you have to have a balanced and diverse microbiome, especially in the gut. Okay. So lots of different bugs, and they're all doing really good things. Okay. And you have to have this thing called balanced mitochondrial uncoupling and energy production. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. Okay. But basically, all it means is a balance between when your mitochondria are resting and when they're actually producing energy for you. Okay. And it's kind of like don't you have to sleep at night? And what if you never slept at night? Oh my gosh, you'd be like a schizophrenic wreck. Okay. No, you have to take your rest, and so do your mitochondria. And if your mitochondria can't do that properly, then people get sick. But if they can do it properly, then, oh my gosh, that's when people have just amazing health, right? And so I want to teach you that there are certain foods that we know help both of these things. And so these are foods that most of us need to get in our diet every day, unless you have a food sensitivity to them. That's different. And of course, we can fix that too. Okay. But you definitely want to get some pomegranate in your life. You need some berries in your life, especially strawberries and raspberries. You need some walnuts in your life, and you need some almonds in your life. Okay. And this whole mitochondrial uncoupling thing, wow. Okay, there's a lot of geeky science that goes behind this discovery, and I'm not going to get into all this with you, don't worry. It's just too much. Okay, but the bottom line is that if your mitochondria can go through a state of resting and working in a healthy way, then what this does is it increases your energy. Because it increases your autophagy, it helps that whole cellular turnover thing to happen. And then those brand new cells that come on are really healthier. They're not just the same old cells. Okay. They're not sick cells anymore. They're healthier, right? It produces anti-aging, and it also produces a natural healthy weight, which we all want, right? And don't you guys want this? I mean, yeah. Of course, this is what we all want. And I know that this blows your mind. This is another great picture. I loved it when I found this picture. But this is all reality, folks. You do not have to continue being sick. I got one more thing to teach you, and then I'm going to tell you how you fix it. Okay? So, we know. I mean, a lot of people come to me and say, well, I wonder if I have leaky gut. Well, I wonder if I have gut dysbiosis. Everybody's talking about it. If you come to me and you say, I've got this symptom, Dory, I've got anxiety, or I've got, I've got pain, or I've got arthritis, or I've got this, or I've got that. And then you ask me, do I have gut dysbiosis? My answer is yes, because that's what the science says. You literally can't have a symptom without having something wrong with your gut, even if you don't notice gut symptoms. Your gut microbiome is creating the problem. The inflammation that's hitting your gut microbiome is causing those bugs to create genes that are then making more inflammation, and it becomes this catch-22 of inflammation and tissue damage. And that's why you're sick. And so this is, Harvard-based science. It's been proven in multiple different studies around the world. So we know that you have a gut issue. Okay. We know that you have leaky gut. We know that you probably have some food sensitivities. And we also know that if you have inflammation anywhere in your body, that you have the leaky gut and you have leaky brain that goes with it. Okay. And that's why you have your brain fog. That's why people are walking toward dementia and Alzheimer's without even knowing it, right? The brain fog is the first beginning symptoms of dementia and Alzheimer's later on. And I know that should scare the holy living bejeebers out of you, okay? But it is a fact, okay? You can reverse it. You can reverse it now before things get completely out of control, okay? Inflammation at the gut and the brain level makes you gain weight, makes you have thyroid issues and hormonal dysfunctions, okay, which most people walking around are that way today. The epidemic of thyroid and hormone problems is just completely out the wazoo, okay? We know that you've got some maldigestion and malabsorption of your nutrients, and that's why you have some of your cellular deficiencies. And this whole insulin resistance and metabolic disorder that leads to prediabetes and diabetes and eventually Alzheimer's disease is a runaway mess. The stats that are out now say that 87% of people in westernized nations have insulin resistance and metabolic disorder to some level. 87% of us, not me. I'm one of the 13%. And I know that you want to be one of the 13% too. And we want to make that 87% go down to nothing if we can, right? This is totally reversible, okay? And preventable. You do not have to walk around in a state of insulin resistance. Diabetes is reversible. Insulin resistance is reversible. It's also causing these different pathogen and microbial overgrowths that we find in the gut in the gut microbiome, as well as in other microbiomes throughout your body. And guess why we have such a problem with things like COVID, you guys? Because it's causing the immune dysfunction. So if 87% of people are walking around with inflammation at the gut and brain level, you guys, 87% of us, is it any wonder why when some really bad bug comes around that we all get it and are very susceptible to it, okay? And so, don't misunderstand this. There's a very real reason why we have the epidemics that we have. And most of this is reversible and most of this is preventable. You can definitely do something about it. You don't want to be that person walking around with autoimmune disease or allergies or asthma, having a high susceptibility to virus like COVID or Epstein-Barr or cytomegalovirus or other pathogens like Lyme disease, okay? You don't want that. And if you've got it now, you can reverse it. You can turn it around. I know we do it for our clients every day. Okay. So let me just walk you through this whole healthy gut versus unhealthy gut thing. And I love these slides. These slides were put out by Microbiome Labs. They're one of the top labs in the world that helps us with different things that help our guts to heal. And they do a great job. And I love these slides that they put together because they make it so easy for us to understand. So look at this. By the way, yes, I do use some of the Microbiome Labs products as well as many other different kinds of products to help people based on their personal needs. Okay. Now, but I'm not getting any money from them for using these slides. This is just for your benefit. Okay. Now, a healthy gut has a very high diversity of protective bugs. Okay. Good guys, good bugs, all different types and varieties, and right, thousands of different species and literally trillions of bugs are controlling your health every day. And how are they doing that? One of the things that science has learned is that they're producing a lot of these things called short chain fatty acids, and you want those. They are really good things. We know that in bodies that have a higher percentage of short chain fatty acids, they don't have cancers, they don't have autoimmune diseases, they don't have major tissue damage, major organ failure, brain diseases, right? Did I say cancers? Right. And so you want high short chain fatty acids. Okay. And you also want this nice, well, let me back up. I got a little ahead of myself. You want these bugs. Okay. You want these bugs because these bugs are producing the short chain fatty acids. And then they're also producing this beautiful, like thick gelatinous mucosal layer that is protecting all these cells right here. And these cells are the lining of your gut. And they're like little fingers, little projections, just like this all the time, all throughout your entire gastrointestinal system. But that lining is only one cell thick. Okay, just one cell thick. And all of these cells need to have these tight junctions. Okay, that means that they're hugging each other super close, and they don't let things in or out unless they're supposed to, unless it's a good healthy nutrient that you're supposed to have, not like a toxin or something like that. They're not supposed to let that through, or undigested food or things like that, right? But unfortunately, that's what happens, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. And this is the inside of your body right here, where about 80% of your immune system lives. Okay, so all your immune cells are living here, and they're just waiting. They're like standing by, the sentries, so that if anything bad sneaks in through here, they're going to attack it real quick. And that's how you get food sensitivities. But this is what happens in a gut that is not as healthy. You start having overgrowths of some bad guys and a lot of extra toxins being produced. And that starts eating away at this beautiful protective gelatinous mucosal layer. And all these little, toxins and bad things start getting down where they're not supposed to be, right? And eventually this whole mucosal layer is just eaten away, and there's nothing left. And what that happens is it causes tissue damage to all these beautiful cells. And you can see that they're all broken, and they're no longer having those nice tight junctions anymore. Now they're open. And now these bad bugs and overgrown things and all these little LPS toxins and all kinds of different toxins are sneaking through and being presented to your immune system. Okay, not only are they being presented to your immune system, and that's how you get like food sensitivities, little pieces of undigested food is coming through, and your immune system is saying, what the heck is this? I'm going to attack it, right? And then you have food sensitivities, right? And headaches and fatigue and everything that goes with it. But also the toxins get into your bloodstream. And once they get into your bloodstream, now you're really in trouble, because now they're going to your brain. Okay. And in your brain, these toxins are creating a massive amount of inflammation. And that's why you have anxiety and depression and brain fog at epidemic levels. Okay. And so this is a slide that just shows you some of the latest science that we know that leaky gut equals leaky brain quite naturally. You can't have inflammation in the body without also having it in your brain. And I just showed you how that happened. And this is what a leaky brain looks like, right? You just get all these areas that are lighting up as inflammation, right? And again, this is why you have your brain fog, anxiety, depression, and your mood imbalances, your hormonal changes, and even Alzheimer's disease if you don't do something about this now. And we also know this was a study that was put out in 2020. Awesome. And this is just one of thousands of studies, guys, okay, where they took these really bad neurological diseases like epilepsy, depression, severe bipolar, even schizophrenia, Alzheimer's disease, all these different really bad things, Parkinson's and MS, right? And they did a study looking at what do you do if you fix the gut, what happens to the brain, what happens to the disease. And doing this in mouse models, and they also have studies in human models now as well, that literally when you fix the gut, you fix the brain and the disease gets remarkably better. Okay. This is huge. Know this. Kids who have autism and could never talk are starting to talk again when we do the work in the gut and find the root causes for why the gut got messed up in the first place. Okay. So yeah, blow your brain apart with this information because it's important. I want you to be thinking about this so much that you're like, I can't sleep at night. I'm so excited that we can actually do things, right? And this is Jacqueline. I want to tell you her story too. Jacqueline was sick her whole life from the time she was a little kid. She never remembered having health, right? But she says, Dory's program taught me how to heal. Dory found my root causes affordably, and I only wish I found her sooner. Don't wait. Do this now, right? And now she is a health coach herself. She was able to get pregnant again when we thought that she couldn't have any more children, right? Her body literally got so healthy. It's just beautiful, right? And you can do this too, right? And this is a study that proves that, yeah, it works. Okay. This was a study of over 7,200 people, and where they looked at the difference between people practicing just basic functional medicine, like changing your diet and doing a little detoxing and changing your gut health. And they noticed significantly larger improvements over conventional healthcare. Okay. And this should upset you a little bit, though. The studies have been done that prove that it takes an average of 17 years for the latest science to get into your hands, to finally get to the medical schools, to finally get to the doctors, and then to finally get into your hands. Okay. And this really upsets me. It should upset you too. This is a corrupted system when medical discoveries are found and you can't use them yet. Okay. But you can now. All right. And that's why we're on the mission that we're on, is to show you that you can do this. And so now that I've taught you all this, now you have a responsibility. I've given you a choice. Okay. I don't want you to be left behind by the new science. I don't want you to wait another average of 17 years before your doctor finally starts practicing this way and starts practicing root cause science and using the latest medical discoveries to help you. Okay. I don't want you heading towards a wheelchair or heading towards a walker or heading towards, polypharmacy. That means lots of different medications as you age, right? And I don't want you dying young. Okay. This is not okay. It's my mission to teach you. And everything that I've taught you today, guys, is just the tip of the iceberg, right? It would literally take me weeks to teach you everything, actually longer than that. That's why we have a whole program, right? I don't want you to be a statistic, okay? But the bottom line is, and you know this, I don't need to tell you this, if you don't take action in life, you shouldn't expect anything to change, right? Except maybe for the worse. And so think about what I've taught you today, okay? And I want to show you how to fix it now, okay? What do we do for our clients every day here? What can we do for you if you choose to work with us, okay? We're going to fix this mess is what we're going to do. We're going to remove your toxins. We're going to optimize and give your cells everything that they need. And we're going to actually love you back into health. We're going to maximize that positive psychology and give you a community of people who we're all doing it together, right? This is not something you just learn how to do it once. No, this is the way you live for the rest of your life in this beautiful biohacked, healthy state. And this is what we want for you too. Okay. And remember, okay, let me go back and just reiterate so you understand what we're going to be doing together. We're going to be identifying your toxins, your cellular deficiencies, and the areas of stress and trauma. These are all the things that are producing your chronic inflammation. And we know that in order to get you well, we've got to lower that chronic inflammation as much as possible. The lower we get the chronic inflammation, the better you are going to feel. Okay. And we need to work at the genetic level. We need to work at the mitochondrial level. We need to work at your gut and your brain level. Okay. At the cellular, most basic levels, the biochemical levels we need to be working at. Okay. So that we're going to stop your symptoms. We're going to stop your tissue damage. We're going to start reversing disease. And we're going to hopefully keep you from an untimely death. And I want to tell you the 3 tacks in your booty story. So this is not my story. This comes from Dr. Mark Hyman. He's one of the top functional medicine doctors in the world, and just a very kind and funny man. And he tells this story to explain why you can't just change your diet and then get better. Okay, it's way more than that. Okay, so say you went to a construction site, you sat down on a bunch of tacks, and you got 3 tacks stuck in your booty. And let's just name those tacks the main root causes: the toxicities, the cellular deficiencies, and the stress and trauma. Okay, now say you decided, okay, I'm going to get better. I'm tired of being sick, and I'm going to go online and I'm going to join these groups and I'm going to do the AIP diet, and I'm really going to do it, right? I'm really going to get, this whole anti-inflammatory whole foods diet thing going. Okay. And then 6 months later, you feel a little better, but you're still really sick, and you wonder why. And then you think, dang, I did all this work, but I'm still sick. I might as well just go back to eating my M&Ms, right? Wrong, because all you did was work on some cellular deficiencies. You just pulled 1 tack out of your butt. That's all you did. You still got 2 tacks stuck in your butt, and that's why you're still in pain. Okay. In order for you to heal, listen to me carefully. You cannot heal if you only work on the stress, or if you only work on your cellular deficiencies, or if you only work on your toxicities. You've got to pull all 3 tacks out of your butt if you want your butt to be out of pain. And so this is how we do it. It's a simple 3-step unique process that we do here at True Wellness today. First of all, we're going to make it easy on you. We're just going to start with testing. We're going to identify your root causes first so that you can feel that relief. Oh, I finally know why I'm sick. I've got these root causes. Now you're no longer blind. Now you know how to address those root causes. And that's what we help you with next. We're going to help you to correct and to optimize, right? And we're going to do it again at the cellular level, at the genetic level, right? But then we can't just leave you there, okay? We've got to teach you how to create those long-term results. It's no good if we get you better and a year later you come back and say, gee, my gut is all messed up again, because you didn't really follow through with really totally changing your life. And so teaching you how to have those long-term results, how to balance your gut for the rest of your life, how to balance your brain chemicals and your hormones, and how to really help your mitochondria to do that autophagy like they're supposed to, right? Right? All of these things need to be done in order for you to heal. So, don't just go to any functional medicine doctor out there and expect that they're going to do all this for you, because sadly, most of them don't. Okay. And they're still learning as well. They're still changing their practices. They're still learning as well. Okay. And we here at True Wellness Today, we're one of the many places where regular functional doctors will send their sickest patients because we get results. And so right now you're in this place here with this sweet lady who says, well, gee, I have no clue why I'm sick. But if you just get started with the first step in this healing process, do your testing, then you will find your root causes. And now you're going to feel so much better because you're going to know why. And then, of course, we're going to help you to fix your root causes. And so I have to tell you about Scott before I let you go. And Scott is amazing. He thinks I'm a genius, but I'm really not. He says Dory's a scientist and a real life medical detective who truly cares. He was diagnosed by several specialists and he was literally given about 2 years to live. But unfortunately, fortunately, I should say, they were wrong. He says Dory was the only one who could figure it out and find my root causes. She literally gave me my life back. And now Scott is back to surfing again. He's walking his dogs. He's, doing 10-mile bike rides. I mean, he's crushing it now because we found his root causes and we healed his problems. Okay. And that's what we want to do for you too. That's what we're here for, is to help you to completely transform your life at the cellular level, the biochemical level, the metabolic level, the genetic level, everything. So you can truly heal. And so I want to offer you, I told you that if you stuck to the end, that I would offer you our new book. And this is so exciting for me because, I've written scientific papers and I've done these trainings for people for so long, but I've never actually taken the time to put it all in a book, right? And so I did that for you. And it's a lot of work to get this done, but it's a labor of love. And it's called 10 New Scientific Ways to Transform Your Health and Your Life. And of course, you're going to be finding and eliminating your underlying root causes so you can truly heal and prevent future illness. And let me just give you a hint, is way more than 10 new scientific ways. Okay. We just had to come up with a catchy title, and that's what the publisher wanted to name it. So that's what we got. But there is so much excellent information for you. And you can snap a picture of this QR code now, and you can get a special price. The book is on pre-sale now, advance order for only $15. And when it comes out next month, it's going to be out at $24.99. So this is about a 40% savings for you. And now, before we go, I want to give you my, stupid, cheap, no-brainer offer so that you can start working with us here and my Rockstar team personally. And I have to tell you, this is a limited time offer. We are a small mission here. We can only take so many clients. And as a matter of fact, right now, after this past week, we are coming up to capacity, and pretty soon we're going to have to start putting people on a waiting list. And so if you want to get in and start working with us, you need to act now. And I'm going to give you a really special deal to do that. So what I'm going to offer you is my root cause package. This is where you're going to uncover your blind spots and really get that hope so that you can heal. You're going to have a root cause evaluation one-on-one with me. You're going to get your customized testing strategy, which we're going to narrow down the areas where you need to test the most, okay? So that saves you a lot of money. And then also, we're going to give you this really great program, which is the beginning of all of our programs here at True Wellness Today. And it's your 30-day easy quick start program. These are the fundamentals to health that everybody needs to be doing if you expect to be healthy. And if you're not doing these specific things, you will have problems in some area of your health. So we've put them all into a program for you, and it's very easy for you to follow this. And so we're giving you the root cause evaluation, which is normally a $4.97 value on our website. We're giving you the 30-day easy quick start program, which is normally $5.97 if you were to purchase it separately. And we're also giving you that customized testing strategy. And the total value of this is almost $1,300, but we're going to give you an even special value than this. So hang tight. We're also going to give you for free, if you take advantage of this offer, we're going to give you our reverse brain fog, anxiety, and depression now program. So this is a full neurochemical supplement protocol that helps you identify the areas of your brain chemistry that are going a little bit wonky, whether it's more depression, more anxiety, more GABA, more whatever. Okay. And it's going to help you identify these things and then give you specific protocols to help you to start turning some of that down. Okay. Also free today, we're going to give you 10% off of your customized lab package. So some people order labs individually, some people order labs in a package. And if you order them in a package, the lab gives us an extra special deal. So we can just pass that on to you and give you a full 10% off. Also today, I'm giving you this just for free. And I'm going to give you this in just a minute. So hang tight. This is our transformation cheat sheet. And of course, this is what everyone gets when they first start our program, because it's just a strategy that you can use, because oftentimes when people are sick, they get very confused by all of this stuff. And plus you have brain fog. And so we just set it up to walk you through. This is how you're going to heal. These are the steps that you need to take in order to get to where I am today, which you absolutely can. And we're also going to give you our unlimited savings. Okay. This is 10% off of all of your supplements or personal care products that you may need while you're going through your healing process. Most of us do. Okay. I haven't seen a person yet who didn't need to upgrade with some supplements for a little while at least, right? To do some healing measures. And everyone who purchases from us always gets that full 10% off of our full scripts catalog for anything that you may need. Okay. And you have this for life. So for the rest of your life, you don't have to go to Costco and get crap supplements. You can get them from us and get them at Dr. Grade for 10% off. And it's my very sincere promise to you that I totally guarantee that I can find your underlying root causes. I haven't seen a person yet that I haven't been able to do that for, right? And if one of you guys shows up, great, I'll be happy to give you your money back. But just sit down with me and we're going to learn a lot of information about your health. I also guarantee that we have the state-of-the-art scientific protocols here, and these can help you correct just about every root cause that we can find. And so there's great hope, right? So long as you don't quit, so long as you don't just give up, which is really kind of silly, right? You will never be alone. We are here for you. We're a big family. We're going to love you and put you in this awesome, beautiful community where people are praying for you, people are loving on you all the time, and you have everything that you need to be in a beautiful community of healers. And so I hope that's fair enough. And so here's what we have to offer you today. It's a package that's worth really over $2,600. Really, it's worth way more than that. And it's your root cause evaluation, your 30-day easy quick start program, your customized testing strategy, your reverse brain fog, anxiety, and depression program with the protocols, 10% off of customized lab packages, and 10% off of your supplements for life. And you're going to get all this for only $197 today. And so you can take advantage of this by taking a picture of the QR code here, or you can put bit.ly/root cause 7 into your browser. And what's going to happen is this nice little website is going to come up. And all you have to do is, there's a bunch of stuff to read here if you want, right? Just walk through, read the client testimonials and my stories in there. Lots of good stuff is in there. And then when you're ready, just click this book your call now. And that will allow you to pay your money, make an appointment. And then a lot of things are going to happen fast after that, because our rock star team here is going to get in touch with you and give you some paperwork to do and just, get you your 30-day program and just start loving on you right away. That's what we do here. And before I let you go, I want to tell you about Lindsay. I love Lindsay. Lindsay, she came to us with some pretty severe neurological issues. And we found that she had Lyme disease and several other things. And wow, we've been working with her for a little while now, and she is getting better. She still has a little bit of a road ahead of her, but she is doing so much better. And we're just so proud of her. And she says, Dory has been blessed with a tremendous gift from God as a medical detective. She's kind and compassionate and has always been there for me throughout my healing journey. God bless you, Dory. And God bless Lindsay. We love Lindsay. And this is Pam's story. She says, Dory and her program gave me answers when I was told there were none. Dory gave me hope when I was told I was hopeless. And best of all, Dory gave me support when others walked away. And look at that big smile on her face. I just talked to her the other day, and I can't remember how long she's been in the program. I think it's been about, I want to say like 8 months now. And she says, oh my goodness, she says she is so much better that it's like night and day difference, right? And she's crushing it. I'm loving that. And so, we can definitely agree that your symptoms are concerning you, that I know you desire freedom from those limitations. I know that you really don't want to be on those meds. I know that you want real answers to why you're sick. And I know that you want your power back. You want your energy back. You want your life back. And I'm here telling you the truth, the God's honest truth. The Lord gave me this work to do specifically for you. You're sitting here listening to me today. I believe that that's a divine appointment. I don't believe that anything happens out of coincidence, and that you're listening to this for a reason. I am telling you the truth. Precision root cause science saved my life, and it can save yours. Holistic healthcare is the latest science, and it is the answer that we have today that can definitely help you. And so if you have any questions, I am here to open up the floor and answer them. You can put your questions in the chat, or you can talk to me directly. It's totally up to you. And you can also, if you want to visit our website, there's a lot of information on our website as well, especially if you're doing some research. Definitely go to our Google reviews and see all the wonderful testimonials there from some of our clients. And also go to the section. Sorry, my cat is trying to get into, he's trying to photobomb us here. Hello. Yes. Hello. I know, but I'm in the middle of a live right now. I don't know if you guys can see him or not, but he is like literally, he has to be in the middle of everything I do all day long. So what I was trying to tell you is go to the section on our website called What the Experts Say. And there's a lot of good reading there. You want to do some good research into precision root cause science. That's the place to go. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and let me check over on the Facebook page now and see what's going on over there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop my share, but I can come back and share that with you guys again in a minute. And we still have a couple of people hanging on here. I am here to answer your questions. If you want to open up your mic and start talking, please don't be shy. That's what I'm here for. I've got about another 20 minutes that I can spend on here with you today and answer some of your personal questions. And if you're shy and you want to put them in the chat, I am happy to answer them in the chat as well. And while you're waiting to start talking, I am going to just, I need to check the Facebook and make sure that it's still doing what it's supposed to do. And yes, I do see that there are people there on the Facebook. And yes, okay, Good. Looks like everything is still doing what it's supposed to be doing there. I'm always happy when the tech works like it's supposed to. All right. So I'm going to bounce back over. I'm going to share my screen and get back on the presentation if I can. Feel free, guys. Feel free to open up your mics and ask any question you have. There's Steve. Hi, Steve. Yes, I know. I know. I know, but I'm busy. Cat photobombs are great. We have them all the time around here. We have cat photobombs. We have dog photobombs. Every now and then I'll walk outside to our goat ranch and we'll do a goat photobomb for you guys. That's always fun. We have a lot of fun in our programs here. All right, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go back to the presentation and I'm trying to go to the page where you can get the root cause evaluation. And then I'm going to go to here and I'm going to share my screen, blink, and make it big so you can see it. There you go. So now you should be able to see the QR code to get your root cause evaluation package. And so I am here to answer your questions. But if there aren't any questions or if people are extra shy, I want to let you know that you can always put your questions in the chat. Not just here, but like in the chat on Facebook. I'm usually in there a couple of times a week talking to people. We are really pretty busy here, especially these last couple of months. But I usually try to get into the Facebook to answer people's questions every few days or so. But the better thing to do really, and I'm going to put our phone number here in the chat so you can grab it. It's 760 oops, I'm typing wrong. 460-4349. And this is the number. I'm putting it in the chat right now. This is our office number where you can talk to my health strategist, Kaylee. You will love her. Kaylee also has a very special healing journey that if you're lucky and if you have some time, she'll probably be happy to tell you all about it. And of course, she is healing and doing remarkably well and working on her health right now too, just like we all are. And so if you have any questions at all, please feel free to call the office and talk to Kaylee, and she'll be happy to answer all your questions. And so, okay, so then I smell dinner cooking and I am hungry. So I think if there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day and go ahead and be done with my day to day and go out and rest with my family. I love you guys. I wish you the best of health. I pray for you that the Lord will teach you what you need to know, that you will take this information that I gave you today and that you will research it. Or if you're ready, if you've already learned and you know that you need to do this, then please go ahead, sign up for that root cause package, and we'll be happy to welcome you into our amazing family here and start helping you really turn your health around. All right. All right. I will hopefully meet you soon. Bye-bye.